We're back in Chicago, and today we've come to a very special place. We have come to the corner of Palmer Street and Tripp Avenue to take a look at this very small but very beautiful Chicago home, recently restored. I gotta be honest with you, standing in front of this small house is kind of a big deal for me because about 16 years ago, this was the home of Herbert, Ray, Roy, Ruth, Flora, Elias, and Walt Disney. That's right. The Walt Disney lived in this house until he was 5 years old. This is the home he lived in before he moved to Marceline. As a matter of fact, not only did the Disneys live here, Walt Disney was even born in this house. This is the Walt Disney birthplace. I don't know how many Florida, Disney World loving people know that Walt Disney was actually born way up here in Chicago. But in 1893, Flora Disney drew the design for this house, and old Elias Disney, carpenter that he was, built it. The Disney's two older sons, Herbert and Ray, were born somewhere else, but Roy Disney, I believe, was born in this house. Right after it was built, Walt Disney was definitely born in this house, and Walt's younger sister that he used to play with all the time, Ruth. That's 7 people. 7 people lived in this little tiny house. Pretty sure from what we've read online that the house has 3 bedrooms in it now. But it definitely sort of looks like it was added on to at one point. It might even have only had 2 bedrooms when the 7 Disneys lived here. Maybe that's what gave Walt the idea. Snow White and the 7 Disneys. Look at this little itty bitty house, and look at this little itty bitty backyard. This is where young Walt Disney would have learned to talk, to walk, to think and play. Legend goes that the Disneys left their urban home here in Chicago because the 2 older boys, Herbert and Ray, were hanging around with some nefarious characters that were caught breaking into a car barn. Chicago was getting urban and criminally, and old Elias didn't like it much. So eventually they left this place for Marceline, Missouri, out on the old farm. I believe Herbert and Ray were out on the farm for like, you know, a minute, and then they were, I believe the older boys, Herbert and Ray, who were pretty much grown men by the time they left here, basically only helped their dad on his new farm in Marceline for a minute before they were like, yeah, we're going back to Chicago. This is actually not too far from downtown Chicago. It's crazy that Walt Disney, as a very small child, went from a very bustling, busy, urban environment out to the farm in Marceline. He went from having this much space to all that space on the farm. Normally a birthplace wouldn't seem that important, but Walt lived here until he was 5. I lived in a certain apartment in a certain neighborhood till I was 5, and I can tell you, I remember a lot about that place. It made a big impression on me. Think about it. This is where Walt Disney's mental universe first started to form. Right up there on the 2nd floor is where the man, the myth, the legend was born. The house was dilapidated and run down and on the market for years and years. The local city council believed the dumb internet rumors, false by the way, that Walt Disney was a bigot. So they were like, we don't want to make it a landmark or anything like that. Then in 2012, a couple from California, Dina Benedon and Brent Young, I believe, purchased the house with the aim of restoring it. It did not look like it was in very good shape then. As a matter of fact, the last time I saw pictures of the house were at D23 a couple of years ago, and it still looked pretty rough, but boy, look at it now. They have really done a number on this place. I know some D23 members have toured it, but it's not quite open to the public yet. We were trying to get a hold of the people in charge of the house to get inside, but it's too spur of the moment, too last minute. I'm only in Chicago for a second. But how could I come to Chicago and not look at that? Well, we took a look. Looks nice. All right, moving on. Time for us to leave Walt Disney's neighborhood, but if you want more information on the house, it's thewaltdisneybirthplace.org, I think. Roy Disney's elementary school is right around the corner, but I'm gonna wait to see that till I come back and get inside the house. For now, it's time to head deeper into Chicago, back down to downtown. Hopefully we'll see Leroy Brown. The end of Route 66 yesterday, Walt Disney's birthplace today, and I knew there was one other thing I had to see in Chicago, and it's in here. This is the world famous Chicago Field Museum. The Field Museum was born out of the desire to preserve some of the exhibits from the 1893 Columbian Exposition held here. And what was once a handful of World's Fair exhibits is now one of the largest natural history museums in the world. Wow.
It's pretty.
Well, gotta gargantuan room.
Oh my gosh, this is going to be an ordeal. I only want to see one thing.
Oh, we figured it out.
Quick, Allie, to Africa. Oh wow, this is cool. Really feels like you're in the environment.
Oh, there's a giant thing in our way.
Oh, I see what they did there.
Wow. There is a lot of epic stuff in here. I just need to see one thing. Well, actually, two things, but they're together.
Oh my gosh, I see animals. I think we're getting closer.
Okay, okay.
Somewhere in here.
Oh my gosh. I found them.
Oh my gosh, are you excited?
Yeah.
You don't even know what we're looking at, do you?
I don't know.
Oh, the lions of Tsavo.
These are the famous man-eating lions of Tsavo.
Better known to moviegoers and Val Kilmer as the Ghost and the Darkness.
See, you never saw The Ghost in the Darkness, did you? That's what's wrong with you. Like in general. If you watch that movie, it will solve all of your life's problems.
Okay, maybe not actually, but at one time, these lions were reported to have killed and eaten as many as 135 people.
They were attacking Indian laborers that were working on a British railroad bridge.
The attacks got so bad, so many human beings were carried away by these two male lions. Yes, they're males, they don't have manes, I know, but they're still male lions.
It actually resulted in the first and only mention of lions in the British Parliament because they were like, what the heck is going on? Lions are stopping our railway.
Railway records only have 28 confirmed kills for these guys.
Scientists have confirmed through some sort of science-y test
That the lion on the left ate 24 and the lion on the right ate 11 people.
which brings you up to 35 dead humans.
But Colonel John Henry Patterson, who was the chief railway engineer,
The man in charge of building the bridge
shot and killed the lions and always claimed 135.
Again, we can only confirm 35 of those 135.
That's just eaten, by the way. Doesn't tell you how many people were injured or maimed by the lions. Here are their actual skulls. You can see the left lion was missing a big canine tooth and had a crazy dental abscess.
They think that's why he started eating humans, because they were easier for him to get than other prey.
And they think maybe the other lion just learned by his example, especially since he only ate 11.
He only killed 11 people. He wasn't that bad of a lion. He was okay. You know, it's just 11.
These lions are very popular. They're the ones that the movie The Ghost and the Darkness was based on.
One of the greatest movies of ever.
Michael Douglas is in it. Val Kilmer plays John Henry Patterson.
It's good. A little scary for children, but good.
These lions were unusual not just because they hunted and ate human beings, but also because they worked together as a team.
It took Patterson 9 months to hunt down and kill these two lions.
9 months of terror, but once he did hunt and kill both of these bad boys,
He used them as rugs for 25 years.
eventually the rugs were getting kind of ratty, so he sold them to the Field Museum for $5,000, and they put what was left of the lions back together. And here they are today, the Tsavo Man-Eaters.
The Ghost and the Darkness.
I love that movie so much. I have been waiting forever to come and see the real lions.
Celebrity lions. Wait a minute. If these lions were used as rugs in Patterson's house and then sold to the museum, they're also secondhand lions. There's a movie you've seen.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're secondhand lions, sorta.
Oh, The Ghost in the Darkness. If you've never seen it, watch it.
That whole part about you got hit, getting up, it's up to you.
Huge, massive influence on my quest for positivity. Speaking of the quest,
Bucket list, seeing the Tsavo Man-Eaters item complete.
it's time to move along.
Oh yeah, they also got monkeys and more monkeys and other stuff.
Allie, wait, stand right here. Stand between this monkey and this monkey. No, right here, right? Now turn towards me. Monkey in the middle!
Allie loves monkeys, so she's actually freaking out a little bit right now because she really wants to own a monkey, and she feels like she's in a store and these are samples for future pets. I'm not taking care of a monkey.
Don't you have enough monkey problems just taking care of me?
Kinda.
See, look at that. That's me.
What?
You get one of these.
A chimp?
Yeah.
No!
We can name him Bubbles, and then when he gets older, he can start biting us and rip our limbs off.
Oh, look at this. Who is the most unusual primate? Oh.
It was me!
Anyway, they got zebras, they got whales, they got elephants, but
After the Ghost in the Darkness, nothing can impress me here.
Hall of Birds?
There's so many.
Yeah, but how many railroad workers did they kill?
Look at this, boys and girls. We found an interesting bird here. The cock Cockapoo.
They're very friendly and docile, but they smell.
All right, the penguins, I grant you, are pretty cool.
I mean, who doesn't love a penguin, right?
I know my friend Mr. Popper, he loves penguins. Panda,
Tigers.
I don't know, nothing can top the Savo man-eaters for me.
Maybe we just need to look in a different category.
Yep. That right there, that does impress me.
Would you look at the size of that dinosaur? That's at least 3 alleys tall.
Who even knows how many alleys long that thing is? Wow.
I mean, me, I'm only 1.5 alleys tall, so that thing's like big.
Look at this, most of the bones are real. Only the neon green bones are reconstructions. Wait a minute, I don't see any neon green ones.
Oh, okay, I get it now.
Wow, that's amazing. That's a real Tyrannosaurus Rex skull.
A 67 million year old dinosaur.
Wow, that's older than most of my jokes.
Dinosaurs are something that's really hard to wrap my head around. 67 million sounds like a made up number.
Like, you know, 67 million, jillion, bajillion, lillion, like, I don't have any concept of time like that.
Luckily, we don't have to worry about time in dinosaurs anymore since we're actively pulling their DNA out of mosquitoes, and I hear that John Hammond is gonna set himself... Oh, I've said too much.
Let's just say he's gonna spare no expense.
You look so small next to this great big dinosaur. I like you better. I want to keep you.
Where did you dig up that old fossil?
Oh, South Dakota. Star Wars reference, and I learned. Did you learn? Double learning. High five.
And they have more dinosaurs here. Weird dinosaurs called tetrapods, theranopids, and adaphosaurids.
And assorted I don't know asauruses.
But look at the size of some of these beasts.
Wow, this is awesome. I wanted to just see the lions and bail, but I'm glad I stayed.
Wow, look at this guy. He's 15 alleys long.
Imagine 15 alleys put next to each other.
Hi. Just saying it would have been one very beautiful dinosaur, that's all. All right, we've had a good time in Chicago, but sadly, it's time for us to go.
Allie's only with me for a few days and she's leaving from a different airport.
So it's time for us to get back on old Route 66.
I did it! Route 66 all the way to Chicago. I love you, Chicago, but it's time to go. Hopefully, I'll be back sooner rather than later.
Now it's time to get back on the road. Okay, Allie has picked up a Chicago-style hot dog.
She's getting stressed out because she hates pickles, she hates tomatoes, she hates peppers.
Relish, onion, mustard. I don't like any of it.
Yeah, but it's Chicago style. You have to give it a try. I can't eat it because of the gluten.
I hate pickles.
You can do it. Poor baby.
Sorry, Al Capone. She doesn't like your hot dog.
All right, turning left. We're back on Route 66, Adams Street. Check this out on the left. There's the sign. Route 66, begin.
And here we go.
Getting out of the city, getting out of the city. Almost there, almost out. Almost out. Ooh, another giant wiener. Almost there, almost out.
We did it! We're out of Chicago!
We're back on the open road. I mean, still a little suburban, but we're getting there. Hey, this place looks familiar.
Allie felt like getting an ice cream. What am I gonna do, say no?
She's gotta find out if it's rich and creamy. By the way, look at the weather. Yeah, that's why we're getting out of town. All right, now you're gonna be able to confirm whether or not it's rich and creamy. What'd you get?
A dirt cup.
Dirt cup. How fun. Wait, is it rich and creamy?
I don't know yet.
It's not gonna be rich and creamy when there's dirt all over it. Okay.
May not have liked the Chicago dog,
But you like their dirt cups. Fun dirt cup, cup of dirt. It matches your freckles. Aw. And there's the world's first Dairy Queen. You had some soft serve vanilla in there? In the home of soft serve vanilla. Don't get me wrong, I really like Chicago, but I've been in that open road Route 66 mode, so I'm kind of glad to get back out of the city and back into the countryside again. And I'm pretty grateful to get another chance to visit my new friend, the Gemini Giant.
Look, Allie, this is my friend, the Gemini Giant.
Yes, I know what you're thinking. He is the bomb.
Chicago was fun. Thank you guys for going with us, especially while we were looking at those man-eating lions. Pretty much my favorite part of that city.
But now that we've reached our friend the giant, I think we've done our duty.
Don't worry, just in case you think we're gonna go back down the road and see all the things that we've seen before. Oh, no, no, no.
Au contraire, mon frere, we're gonna see some new things.
But in order to do that, Allie and I are gonna have to catch up with you a little further along down the road. Make sure to check the links in the description. Subscribe if you haven't already. I don't know why you wouldn't have.
And I'll see you all a little later.
Bye-bye.
Pickles.
You can do it. Poor baby.
Okay, maybe take off the pickle. No one will judge you if you just take the pickle off.
Not a fan? Not a fan of the Chicago style? Okay, that's fine.
Better without the pickle? Okay, was the no pickles, okay.
Well, now we know. No giving you pickles.
Or anything else on this.
Picky.
Mmm, yummy.
I can handle mustard, but that's it.
All right, you've now taken everything off of it. Now try it.
Okay.
You can do it. Better? You happy now? Okay.